very seldomly do I struggle to match one of our guests' energy. And today I've got a bundle of joy. She is positive, she is outgoing, she's just a joy to be around. Contagious is the word that comes to mind. The very, very first female, as well as youngest winner of The Voice South Africa, the one and only Tasche Burger. Welcome to our show.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
It's a huge pleasure.
Thank
By
you
the
so
way,
much.
phenomenal songwriter.
Thank you.
And one of the best rocket chicks I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Wow.
We are huge
Oh,
fans.
I don't even know what to say. I'm like speechless. It's very cool. Thank you.
Well, that's your truth, man. You have to own it.
Thank you so much.
So, I want to get into it very quickly. You are a very young girl. A couple of weeks ago, you were 17. Let's say just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Who were you at 17? If we could, boom, bring the 17-year-old version of you and put it right here. Who are you in high school? Are you the fun, energetic rocket chick, or are you a sports girl?
I think I was dalk 'n bietjie meer van 'n syplap. I
A
think I was, yeah.
syplap.
I think
Okay.
I was more like
The
going
party
for the party
animal.
vibe than actually doing the work and like singing more than I should be, more than I should. I think I was like focused on the music more than I was actually ek moes eintlik gefokus het op skool, maar ek het meer gesing en gekuier.
Okay.
En met die party vibe gegaan. So now I'm a bit more responsible in that way, but still singing. So basically the same, just a bit more irresponsible
Okay.
at that age, yeah.
Okay, so fun, outgoing. You did okay in school.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like, yeah, I did what I was supposed to do, but I think I could have done better, but
We all could have.
I think there's always, but it's fine.
I see you as a very, I mean, obviously you are gifted with this enormous talent of singing, but you're a very creative girl as well. I think that's what pulled you towards your craft. Am I right?
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, well, I try to be, but I have help from amazing people like Falkie van Coke and them. So working with the best team is definitely, ek's baie geëerd. I feel very honored like working with them. So without them, I would have done nothing, I think.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So how do you get from a 17-year-old girl that loves to party and sings all the time, focused at school, but, you know, outgoing?
Could have focused more. Yeah,
We all could have.
I
I
think
could
so,
have
yeah.
focused a lot more. So at 17, definitely not the person that I am today. And how does that transition go into you going and actually winning The Voice? You know, you hooking up with Francois and, you know, him becoming your mentor. How does that happen? Is it through a friend? Do you call him up? Like, how does that work?
I think I've always wanted to sing. I didn't know it was going to happen at this age. I thought it was going to like happen a bit later. Maybe I was hoping. Sometimes you think you can do it. Sometimes you think you don't. Like you still have that doubt in your mind of I don't think I'll be able to do it. But let's try, and I'm going to try my best. So actually, I watched The Voice like all of the like van jongs af het ek The Voice gekyk. And then my uncle just called me and said, Tasha, you moet inskryf, you have to like do this, like but I have to be 18. So I waited till I was 18. And then literally 10 minutes before the closing time, wanneer jy moet inskryf, to stuur ek net my video in. So I just sent in my video. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. Like,
Yeah.
if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, don't. And then they announced that Francois van Coke is going to be a coach on The Voice. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm definitely going with this guy.
This
like,
is my vibe,
And it's
yes.
not like necessarily like, okay, like the style of work is the same as well. We like that kind of rock. But I like country as well, where he doesn't normally, I only spy van country. Nie. But I love rock and like the bit of a punk vibe. So it's not about that. It was more like our energy and ons persoonlikhede en stuff. Ek het gedink ek gaan lekker met hom oor die weg kan kom. So ek kan sê fok by hom. Do you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I was just able to klink nou stupid.
No, it's not, because
but
you
I-
can be yourself.
Exactly. So that was very important for me. And then I chose him, and then toe werk ek saam met Falkie van Coke and the whole van Coke team, and I'm very privileged. It's super cool, yeah.
I want to touch on that quickly because it's important. You know, I'm gonna share my journey in the business world, and it doesn't matter in which environment you compare. If you find a colleague or a partner or somebody that can match your energy, has the same ideas, same goals, and can bounce off each other, you can be yourself. You can take over the world together.
100%. I hope we can take over the world together, but yeah, just kidding. Yeah, it's definitely very important to, like, dit belangrik om oor die weg te kom met iemand. Soos
Absolutely.
Even goed oor die weg te kom. Het gaan nie oor die styl van musiek of enigiets soos dit nie. Het gaan nie oor iemand wat jou kan leer om hoor te sing of laar te sing of sulke stuff nie. I think everyone can sing, it's just how good you are or not. But definitely the personalities must fit together. Yeah. So that's why I chose Francois.
If you're hanging out or if you getting mentorship from someone, it's not about sitting like this and trying to please them. If you can
100%.
be yourself and he gives you constant feedback, like, no, I didn't like that, and you can take it, then you guys can go.
Exactly. Dis baie lekker, is baie gemaklik, it's super easy.
I can feel you've got a great bond. It's amazing. Awesome. Now, if we could say, obviously you've matured since 4 weeks ago when you were 17, and
4 weeks ago. They asked me in the plane today, am I 16? Like I
can you fly alone?
No, yeah, can I fly at the exit? Like we sat at the exit. I was like, no, I'm 14. So they came back and they were like, okay, you can actually sit there. I was like, I'm joking. I'm 22. I'm fine. I can sit here. They were like, oh shit. Okay, sorry.
Like,
I'm like, oh,
you're already engaged.
Yeah, I'm engaged.
Congratulations.
Like,
congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Met your partner off camera. Beautiful, wonderful girl. I think you guys make a very good couple.
Sy maak my beter. Super
Sy maak jou beter. That's all that counts. Now, if you could go back to the 17-year version of you, or even the early 19-year version of you when you entered into The Voice, anybody that wants to pursue the career that you are currently winning in, I mean, at all levels, at the highest level, or perhaps you can give us advice so that people in other industries can learn from that. What would you take with you if you could go back?
If I could go back.
Yeah. What lessons have you, because I mean it's been a roller coaster. The last 3-4 years of your life have been crazy. It's been mad.
Yes. What advice would I give?
Yeah.
I think it's probably like, moenie terugstaan vir enigiemand nie. Doen jou ding, but don't feel intimidated by the whole situation. Just do your thing, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So just do your best, because like, daar's nie baie sulke kanse nie. So if you're going to be nervous, like, don't stand there and be like, oh fuck, hier's so baie mense wat vir my kyk en hier's nou die kameras en hier's nou die en hier's nou daai. Just be yourself, just do your thing, and if it works, it works. Ek het altyd baie mense vra vir my, a lot of people ask me like, the cameras and stuff, daar's nou baie mense wat kyk by die huis en die Mnet en die, hoekom was jy nervous nie of stuff? You get a bit nervous, but you think, jy kan nie regtig nervous wees in daai situasie nie. It's like, dis wat ek vir myself gesê het. If I'm nervous and I'm going to fuck this up, if I'm nervous, I'm most likely going to fuck this up. So don't be nervous, like, make a choice not to be nervous and just do your thing.
Yeah.
Go and just, like, do your thing. Maak of jy alleen is daar, don't see anybody. Just maak of jy alleen is. So that's what werk hard en doen wat jou ding, doen wat jy altyd sou doen.
So,
ja, of daar nou 10 mense was en of nou 10,000 is. Just be you and do your thing.
I wanna add on that. Confidence comes from preparation.
Yeah, that's very important.
And if you think that you're gonna show up and do your thing without being prepared, but every time you show up, you are super prepared. And there's always that doubt in your mind, but if you can suppress that doubt and say, okay, I'm gonna be nervous. There's thousands of people, millions of people watching me, but I've prepared.
Ja, jy gaan minder nervous wees as jy super prepared is, ja. So like ek het elke dag geoefen en elke dag soos if we sat at like hare or doing our hair or whatever, like in Truwords, you're listening to your song and kind of preparing it. So yeah, you're definitely going to be more nervous, less nervous when you practice a bit more. So just work hard and doen alles. Want jy wil nie daar weggaan. You don't want to go away there and be like, oh fuck, I could have done this.
I could have done better.
Give it your all. I could have sat in Truwords or wherever and like practiced my song a bit more, or I could have done this or whatever. Yeah.
And that's in every area of your life. I mean, we work with salespeople. We do nearly 500 vehicles a month that we sell, and our salespeople show up, and I say to them, show up for your customer, serve give it your all.
Yeah.
And then if the customer decides not to buy from you,
Then
it
it's
wasn't
fine.
meant to be.
Exactly.
But if you give it your all, then you can go home tonight and say, listen, babe, talk to your wife. I didn't deliver any cars today, but I gave it my best.
100%.
That's all that counts.
Exactly.
That's all that counts.
You don't want to have doubts about it or regret.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Now, I think, were very fortunate. If you look at it from a different angle, you sort of hit your career, got it started right in the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're a very young girl. You haven't really experienced life and the position and I mean, we spoke off camera. You said like, you're a fan. I see you as a friend. I'm like, yes, you have fans. Get used to it, because my truth is you are just getting started. Like I've met a lot of people, a very few that will match your energy and enthusiasm. You've got it. It's through the roof.
Thank you.
It's at 199%, not at 100.
Dalk het 'n bietjie meer ADHD. Ek dink dis wat mense dink dalk ook.
No, you're
It's
just
a bietjie
passionate.
scatterbrain.
No, you're very passionate, and I
Thank you.
love your energy.
Thank
And you know, going into COVID, as your career is picking up, what lesson did you get out of COVID? What did COVID teach you?
I think don't focus on the shit you can't do. Focus on the shit you can do.
Yes.
So we couldn't show during COVID, so we wrote songs. So moenie heeltyd fokus op die negatiewe kak van 'n situasie nie.
Yeah.
Just go and like do what you can do in that situation. En weer eens gee jou alles in daai situasie. Jy gaan gegooi word met kak wat jy nie van hou nie, but maak dit die beste situasie wat jy kan. I think that's what COVID taught. I mean, a lot of people. I think.
Beautiful advice. My friend Vincent always says, if you can't control the situation, control your attitude towards
Exactly,
the situation.
100%.
Yeah, if you can't change the situation, change your attitude.
Exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. Now, it takes a village to raise a boy or a girl. It takes a village to raise a child. It really does. Because everybody touches you and impacts you in different ways. If you could say the top 3 most influential people that are the reason why you are you today, who would it be and why? Top 3.
Why I'm today.
Yes.
So I'll obviously say my wife, but that's the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Um,
How has she affected your...
or my fiance actually.
Yes, your fiancé.
Almost wife.
Okay, when's the wedding? Are we allowed to say?
Yeah, 28 May.
28 May,
Ja.
that's like now.
Ja.
Okay,
Ons het nog 'n
awesome.
paar dinge om te doen. Lekker nervous.
Ja.
Ek sweet. Ek sweet vir daai situasie.
It's a lot of fun, and I'm married as well.
Amazing.
The day goes by like, boom, you don't even remember it,
Ja.
but you remember it forever. But you're going to enjoy it.
Ek is excited. It's going to be cool. So I would say my wife definitely, but the last 3 years. But my mom had a massive impact on obviously who I am today. Music, kom ons gaan na musiek toe dalk. I think Karen Zoid, Fransje van Coke, Fok of Polisiekar, Pink. Those
Like
kind
Pink.
of people, yeah.
Also
like
love Pink.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I think those people, music gewys. But who I am today, definitely my mom, my wife, my oma, my ander oma.
What did Oma bring into your life?
The one is super hard, like heavy, harde persoonlikheid.
Strict.
Ja, so onderwyseres en
Oef.
my oupa was adjunkhoof. So super hard, heavy, like nee, fok, jy gaan nie dit doen nie. En die ander een is so super sag. So sy sê ouma, het gaan vir jou geldjie inbetaal. So
Nice.
she's like ook werk in die tuin en sit haar skoen wat gebreek is van 3 jaar terug in die tuin met 'n plantjie in. So super sag is hippie ouma. So it's like totally different. And I think what they taught is like hoe om met mense te werk. Die een ouma is half baie saggies, sy werk sekere manier met mense en my ander ouma is half soos nee, fok, gaan nie dit doen nie. So sy het met mense werk. Het hulle vir my nogal geleer die verskillende vibes van mense.
What did mom instill in you? What values and principles did mom give you that you like, thank you for that, I need this. This centers me and this is who I am because of you.
Sy was heavy oor decision making, like how you make decisions and
So
wat die
decision
consequences op wat jy
making
dan
process.
ja, die hele proses ja.
Is there a system that you follow?
Ja, my kop is maar heavy besig, so ja. But normally, like, if you look at a situation, what is the consequences to that? Obviously, in a situation, there's different choices you can make. So daar's verskillende paaie
There's
wat jy kan
different
vat.
outcomes.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the consequences to that and what's the consequences then? What's the consequences then? So I think back. So ek gaan baie vooruit en wat dan kan gebeur, wat kan spiral van 'n besluit af.
Yes.
Which is not always a good thing because then I take a bit long to make a decision, but I think
It's a very good thing. I disagree with you. It's a brilliant thing. I wouldn't want anybody not having that fundamental, because sometimes if you shoot from the hip, you'll end up like, geez, like, why did I even do that? Because you never ran that process in your mind.
Ja, sy was nogal heavy oor dit, ja. And that's kind of cool. Dis cool vir my, maar soms is dit so half Tasche. Soos as ek besluit tussen brandewyn en vodka, kan ek nie net gaan, okay, maar brandewyn, okay, dis met 'n bietjie suiker, die vodka is bietjie verstaan, so ek gaan dadelik na te veel consequences toe.
Okay.
Of na te veel, but it's like I think it's a good thing in most ways. Yeah.
I do agree. And your fiance, how did she affect your life in the last 3 years? Because that's a crucial time for you.
I've never had patience, and I think met haar, so it just comes naturally, having patience, because she's like, it's amazing, she's regtig amazing. So I think with that, and ek wil nou mooi een sê, sodat ek nou brownie points hier score. Ek het wel geleer om 'n bietjie kos te maak. Ek could have never made food.
Okay.
So ek dink dit sal cool wees nog. Ek wil laat sê.
Well done.
Ek wil nou 'n goeie een kry.
What's your favorite food to cook? I love cooking.
Ek kan nie kos maak eintlik nie. Ek kan net pasta. Ek kan net soos die pasta. Ja, maar nie soos die actual noodle.
Okay.
So ek gooi net bietjie ek dink dis water wat jy nou kook.
Yes.
Water en dan klap jy 'n bietjie sout.
Yes.
Bit of salt.
Yes.
And then the actual noodles. I'm good.
And then al dente, make sure that it's ready.
Ja, al dente. I'm joking.
There we go.
So ek kan net sulke shit doen, verstaan? So I can't do anything else. Ja, vir my geleer kook. What's
Cooking, patience.
I think
patience, a big
not
one.
getting involved with people's shit.
Okay,
Because
that's
I know
very good
I would have
advice.
done it. I would like beer 'n kuier en ek ken nie die mense nie. I don't know the people. Oh, whatever. I just would have sat here and as julle 'n issue gehad het, dan gaan ek ouens wag. Whoa. Let's look at the situation. Dit lekker. But it's not always a good thing because it's not your shit, not your circus, not your monkey. So I think that daai was nogal groot vir my.
So that situation, you end up being the villain there.
Exactly.
So rather stay away.
Exactly.
Rather stay away. Beautiful. Now, I know this hasn't been happening in your life lately, but if you had a day, like today, it's just me, my fiance, who are you when no cameras, no one's watching you, no one's looking? Like, are you a chilled out girl? Do you watch series? What do you do?
We love watching series like
Which one?
documentaries, like
Which ones?
crime documentaries.
Crime
Dis 'n weakness.
Okay.
It's a weakness. En daar's nou 'n nuwe ding op Netflix, Love After Lockup of so iets. Dis ook insane. Dis soos mense wat verlief raak op mense wat in tronk is.
Oh, wow.
In
Okay.
prison and stuff. And then kom hulle nou uit and then they have to get married and then this one goes and this one is like 20 years he's been in prison. Then he goes out, but he's not supposed to go out because he's on parole. It's like a skak. Heavy shit. So that's interesting, but I love crime as well. Crime in like mense wat bietjie mentally weird is.
Okay.
Of nie weird nie, maar mentally nie lekker is nie. I love that shit. It's very interesting for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And if you could share with your fans, with our fans, with
Friends.
the audience, with your friends, I'm sorry,
No,
with
I'm
all
joking.
our friends. There's millions of friends that watch our show. We call the segment Landmine. So for us, a landmine is, when you make a mistake, you step on a landmine, it blows your leg off, but you still survive. So it's a mistake, but you got a big lesson out of that. So for me, that's why I read books. I don't read about the guy that became a billionaire and look at his life now. Now, what happened? Where did he make mistakes? What can I learn out of his growth? So if you could share perhaps one or two mistakes landmines that you've stepped on, that once you came out of it, it's like, yes, that was a valuable life lesson. That's what we want to get across.
Okay, dit gaan nou baie stupid klink. Dit is baie oppervlakkig, maar I broke my ankle when I was like 11.
Okay.
But on
That's like 8 weeks ago.
Ja, verstaan? 8 weeks. 9.
9 weeks ago.
9,
Okay.
sorry. 9. Anyway, on at 3 places.
May I ask how?
Yeah, gymnastics. So I did gymnastics.
Okay.
And I did my double back with a turn and then landed. Maar ek het hom geland, maar ek land toe skeef.
Oh no.
And then broke it, and then it grew, ek het gips gehad, alles lekker, and it grew on skew, 18 degrees out, and I had to get pins in my leg.
Why did it go on skew?
And the only reason why I broke my ankle is because my mom told me, stop it, like you've shown me already, jy het my al gewys, hou net op, jy kan my môre weer wys, and I didn't listen to her. And then I broke my ankle. So ek dink baie keer dink ons, vir alles jong mense, I'm on my own now, I have my own place, and I have my own car, and I pay my own bills, and I do my own shit, and I kan nou lekker self brandewyn koop, and whatever. En dan dink ons nou, I don't have to listen to that. I don't have to listen to, like, want hulle is wyser, dit is nou maar net so, they've been here longer.
Yeah.
Don't have to listen to that. But you still have to listen. Yeah, you can make your own choices, but just think about it still. Baie keer gaan ons sê, fuck that, ek gaan nie vir jou luister nie. So I think listening to the people that have been here longer is nie so lame nie.
And people that love you will give you feedback, and then you've got a decision to
Exactly.
make. Sometimes the feedback's like, no, what do you know? You grew up in a different era.
But sometimes with certain stuff, they actually know, hulle weet nogal.
The feedback is just to protect you, but it's you choose the now pleasure over the enormous pleasure or lesson that you're going to get
Exactly.
in 5 years from now.
Exactly. And I think knowing, soos my ma is baie goed daarmee om met mense te werk, want hulle is al fucking lank hier.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, listening to how you work with certain personality types and whatever, is a goeie, luister maar net 'n bietjie soms.
What does she do for a living?
She's a property manager.
Property manager. So she leads people. I picked it up immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately, because if you can work with a personality type that's driven by competition, for example, like me, competition, it's a different language to a person that's driven by money. Totally different language.
100%.
So, smart woman. Want to meet her one day. So, tell her I say hi. And I'm
That's
also
why I see a lot of similarities in my wife and my mom, and that's pretty cool. Like, I love my mom and I love my wife. So,
beautiful.
well, fiance. So, yeah.
Beautiful. If you could give your best advice to young people, what would it be?
Just be yourself. Ek het nou gesê luister na ouer raad, maar moet ook nie te veel nie, want sekere goed het hulle nie heeltemal kennis oor nie. But just be yourself. Dan moet jy staan terug van niemand nie. Staan terug van niemand nie. Doen jou ding, wees jouself. Ja, ek dink dit sal wat ek
Be yourself.
Be yourself. That's very important.
Take feedback.
Ja.
Take
And
feedback.
don't like worry about judgment too much.
Yeah.
If you make, as jy 'n foutjie maak, jy kan altyd daaruit leer. Ons nou net daaroor gechat. You can always learn from it. And, yeah.
And it's sometimes easier to say sorry than ask for permission.
Exactly. 100%.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. If you could spend an entire day with someone, dead or alive, who's that someone? And what are you going to be asking them and speaking to them? What's the one question that you would ask that someone?
Ja. Nou, mooi dank.
The entire day.
Ek wil nou mooi dankie, want ek dink nie my verloofde gaan hou van die antwoord nie.
Okay. Let's just give it.
But let's just do it.
So
Nou verloor ek
here's-
weer my brownie point.
Here's
Dankie.
the lesson. It's
Of verloor ek hom
easier
weer?
to say sorry than ask for
But
permission.
exactly, okay.
We're asking no one. Who's the
Okay.
person and what's the question?
I'd
Sorry.
probably spend time with Pink.
Pink.
Because ek wil weet hoe sy hoe haar besigheid, ek sal haar besigheidsbrein wil pick. I want to pick that. I want to pick the besigheidsbrein and I want to write a song with her. I think she writes insane songs.
Yes, agree.
I would ask her, how did you go from freaking mal, of hoe het jy so vinnig daarbo uitgekom? Hoe het julle dit gedoen? Ek weet nie eers nie, I can't even think about it.
So can I take a guess on that answer, what I think she would say? Because I've also been a couple of weeks longer on this planet than you have. And I think with having the opportunity to speak to a lot of successful people, both in your industry, in business, everybody says, look up to someone that has done it before, look up to a mentor, and speak to people that are experts in that field. So what does that mean? It means if I need advice in my marriage, I'm not talking to my friend that comes and braais at my house that's been divorced 3 times. Like a zero advice from him. If I need advice on making money, I can take advice from him because he's a billionaire. If I need advice in my marriage, I speak to a person that's been married 50 years, has children, has grandchildren 100%. That actually want to go and visit him and love him. I think that's what she would say. That's my best guess.
100%. So ek sal definitief vir vra hoe het hulle so erg gefokus op die song of was dit maar net let's just make a cool song en wat was hulle angles gewees met dit?
That's an awesome question.
Op die songs en dit. Ja, I don't know.
Then.
Maar ek sal lekker nervous wees though.
Yes, sure, I can imagine. I could just like I am now.
Want ek sukkel met Engels praat, so how verstaan.
And you're a fan and a friend like I am now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, let me ask you a weird question. If we were to have you be a fly on the wall, nobody knows you there.
Okay.
And there's a very serious conversation going on in a room. What room is it? Who's in the room? And what would you like to overhear in that room?
What?
Yes.
Okay, so wie's in die kamer?
Waaroor praat hulle?
Waaroor praat hulle, ja? En?
Wat wil jy daar uitkry? Yes.
Oh my word.
That's a weird question.
Ek sal probably laat Kim Kardashian lees dit. Ek wil hoor wat sy kak hulle praat. Nice. I think that's lekker dramatic.
Yes.
Ek sal heeltyd lag.
I
Die
find
dramatiese se vibe wat daar aangaan.
Find them fascinating.
Of as ek nou meer ernstig wil gaan, sal ek probably besigheidsmense en mense in die musiekindustrie wil hê, soos groot ouens van record labels and stuff and how they think about certain stuff, the business side of music.
How they think about artists,
exactly.
What angles they
what angles they use for certain artists, like wat focus hulle op.
Awesome. Awesome. Love your answer. Now, what was your first car that you ever owned?
RAV4, I wanted at the Boys.
Was that your first car? Awesome. Do you still have it?
No, I sold it because it's a huge, amazing car.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But it's just too big for me and Joe. So I bought a Polo.
A Polo. Awesome.
Sold it, bought a Polo.
Great. And what's your dream car? What's the ultimate car that, if money was no object, seats was no, what's the car that you would love to own?
Definitely a Range Rover.
A Range Rover?
Yeah. All my life. I've been like, ons het nou reg by die engine gestop. So ek was baie check die car. The car like went down when the door went out, like the door opened. I was like, shit.
That's I drove one this weekend, and yeah, on Monday morning, one of the salespeople, like, can we have the keys? The car sold. I'm like, no, I don't want to give you the keys. Yeah, it's amazing, beautiful. Amazing. I hope you get one in every color.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm hoping so as well.
Are you a big reader?
No.
No.
Actually, I like watching something, so documentaries and stuff. Yeah,
okay.
Not a big reader.
What's your favorite documentary and why?
I love stuff where ek actually my bietjie emosionele mens. I like stuff where I cry. There's a documentary, The Lion in the House, and it's about the whole journey of children having cancer and stuff. And it's like it opens like jy word so dankbaar vir wat jy het, omdat hulle so van ja, die situasie is. Ek is nou baie depie, maar jy moet kyk, is nogal goed.
Beautiful. Thank you. I definitely will.
Ja,
definitely.
It opens your eyes. Like soms moan ons so oor ek het nou nie die nie, of ek wens ek het dit gehad, of ek wens ek het dit gehad, maar let's just, like, they make the best of the situation, because they know, like, they're gonna go sometime soon, hoping they don't, but, like, jy raak so dankbaar vir nou, en wat jy nou het. It's amazing.
You know, I want to comment on that. We all know we're gonna go, yet some of us choose to waste our time.
That's stupid.
Yeah, like you said earlier, you know, just show up. Just be present. Show up, give it your best, hope for the best. If you're prepared, you know, and you fail, it's a landmine. Learn the lesson and then carry on with life.
Exactly.
Awesome. Awesome. Love your angle that you see life with. If we could perhaps fast track a couple of weeks when this interview is, what are you busy with? Who are you collaborating? Who are you making music with? What events are you going to be showing up at? Where can us as fans and friends come and witness your amazing energy live? What's next?
So we're here for a tour now, but I'm hoping there'll be another one.
Of course there will.
I think it'll be cool. And And then working on an album. We actually have the songs, we just have to get it in working. So Universal, come on, let's do it. Let's do it now.
Universal.
It's time now. Now's the time. So I'm working on an album. Yeah, I think that's it. Wedding.
Okay.
Wedding, obviously planning the wedding is a huge thing. And that's my dit. Oh, and then there's another thing, but I can't say it.
Can't say it yet.
Yeah.
Is it something to do with TV?
Maybe a bit.
What does this
No,
mean?
I don't know.
What does this mean?
I don't know.
You got me excited. Now, what does this mean?
Ek kan nog nie sê nie. I'll tell you off camera.
Can't wait.
Jy moet wag.
Sorry guys. My friend, I can't tell you how much fun I've had. It's been an amazing experience. Your energy will stay here forever.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Dis lekker hier by julle.
Awesome. Awesome. All the best, and we'll be cheering from the sideline.
Dankie. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Dankie baie.